Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we see the number 17 in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Oregon's offense will go on the attack first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses are
turning it on. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
Dropping back, it's Murphy. Finds his man, it's Moore. Still on his feet at the 45. Breaks into the open on the touchdown, Oregon. A great catch and run for 6. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
It's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cornhuskers offense will have its first possession of the game. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Finds the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. play spotted at the 32. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Raiola. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Hunter. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. 1st down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Setting up the screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Parker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Just making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks the way Trev Alberts always did.
Yeah, just finding a guy that can sniff out the quarterback and kind of feel it, have those instincts. You could tell he saw it, went and got it, just like your boy Trev Alberts was.
Wide open downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Grabbed in the backfield. It's low. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Ducks are on the move. Back to throw. It's Murphy. Pressure coming. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Lost the fire on 2nd down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. The Cornhuskers will punt it away on fourth down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up. There he goes! He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down it for 32.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Takes the handoff. It's Hill. And into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he can make something happen after the play and get 6.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a...
Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Huskers!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? UCLA is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Terry Donahue, this has not been a blowout today inside the Rose Bowl. They're up by 7 over Illinois.
Moore will throw.
It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Grab behind the line. It's low. At the 45 on his way. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
This receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because in the first down you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like we just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Makes the catch. It's Mills. Breaks into the open. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. Third and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The give on the option. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. To the air, it's Murphy. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive.
He'll take a shot. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Looking to throw on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. And the Huskers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Hauls it in, looking for space. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Ducks decide to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. It's complete to the right. Turning it on. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Grab, go to the middle, it's Mills. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Nebraska! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. The short hands, it's low. Gets away from one, he's got space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Running behind that left side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Moore to the air. Quarterback adapting. He throws into the middle of the field. And it's caught inside the 15. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Off the play fake on first down. They get to him as he throws. Finds a man on the left. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
The Ducks trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. looking for a man. It's Raiola. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. That's caught. It's Richardson. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down.
I tell you, I love the toughness by the quarterback on that throw because he knew he was going to get hit. He still stepped into the throw, made sure it was going to be accurate right before taking that massive shot.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Grabs behind the line. It's Napier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. The scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Off the play fake. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up.
There he goes! And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to him again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be low.
This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Trying to take it back. The 20. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! What a great play. What a huge moment for this defense.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Liberty has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. They're trailing by 30 to Louisiana Tech. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. And the Ducks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for the
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Moore will throw. Gets rid of it. Got a man. It's Johnson. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and his offense is in business. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Got it behind the line. It's Napier. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Looking left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. The Huskers in the hurry-up. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Behind his tight end. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. from the red zone, looking for a receiver. Blasted as he lets it go. Snagged on the outside, it's Hunter. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that.
Touchdown, Husker! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The Ducks will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that. Out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. Rushes on him. And he's going to go down at the 1. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Last chance coming up. There's the pressure. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. Now all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.